In our 5 weeks of shooting The Shift, we move around and cover a lot of territory in greater Birmingham, except for 2 weeks where we occupy one space for the entire week. First was the Masonic Temple in week 2, where the finale of the film happens. But the other big set piece in The Shift is the week we spent at the King's Inn in downtown Birmingham.
We spent the entirety of week 3 in and around this motel, and that's Chris's world, that's Kevin's world.
And when we started to think about who would best inhabit the role of Kevin, a character who navigates so much territory in the multiverse, I knew Chris had the acting chops to truly own this character in a unique and very fulfilling way.
So many layers of this character have come to life in the playing and the telling of this story. Desperate situations. It was a big week. Kevin feels like his life is futile and that his journey's futile and that he's at the end of his rope.
Yeah. All right, boys, you ready? Question is, are you ready?
Here we go, stand by. It's just going to be the run-in. Just the run-in.
Got it, love it, yep. Week 3 was a week that was tough. The first day of week 3 was Neil's last day. We shot this incredible scene where Neil is facing off with Chris and Sean Astin is in the room and there's a lot of drama happening, and of course Neil on his last day absolutely brought it. Second day was 66 setups. I was sick as a dog all day long.
On the day that Brock was feeling his worst, we executed 66 setups. I don't know how best to put that in layman's terms, but it's a Herculean day in film production. But to have a director willing to do that under those circumstances, to have a leading man willing to exert what he needed to physically to make that day, it was really something to behold. A day we'll not soon forget.
Tell me when you guys are rolling again. So I was in there rehearsing and I was thinking about my answers for EPK. The truth of this experience, the physical making of this movie has been an intense pleasure.
Do you dare to follow me down?
Chris has this great way of playing Kevin, which was something that I didn't necessarily see in the character, but that he saw right away when he read the script.
When you realize that he's a power player on all these other worlds and all these other multiverses, then you realize that he's capable of causing great harm to people and to things. But this Kevin that I'm playing, Kevin the Refuser, is just, he's not that guy and he always chooses, but he's capable of it.
Chris plays those moments so well and plays the aggression so well, and what you end up with is this really layered character that I think is even more layered than what was written.
But we also demanded a lot from Chris in week 3.
But I'll tell you, the real hero of this week really was Chris. We put him through his paces. All of those different scenes that we had him do, all the different looks.
Much of Kevin's journey threads through this last resort hotel.
And that's where he lives, it's where he eats, it's where everything happens for him, where he goes back to.
You're rarely given the opportunity to sort of level up and to find yourself doing the thing that you hoped that you'd get to do starting out as a young actor. And this job is that fulfillment for me. Like, it's a, you can cry.
He's our Kevin, and he always was. It's a treasure and it's a treat to work with him and to see him put that character on screen.